Well, good morning and welcome. Today we are at a home in Livermore, Colorado, and we're going to be doing a complete chimney and stove replacement. It's just behind that tree on the right-hand side of this gable. That fireplace over there is not inside a scope, so it's the one over on the right. Freestanding wood stove in the basement. We've got some clearance issues where we pass through. Come on in, let's take a look. Okay, so now we're on the second floor of a 2-floor level. We're outside on a deck looking up at the chimney, passing through the combustible structure, down through the second floor and then into the first floor, which is really kind of a walkout basement area. So next we'll go inside and see what the first floor looks like coming up. Great, so now we are inside on the first floor. Here's our freestanding wood burning stove. We have single wall connector pipe running up to a ceiling support box. Come on up, we'll take a look. This is part of our concern, is the clearance to combustibles on the left and right. We don't have our 18 inches right there with single wall pipe. So we're going to redo it and try and bring the box out from the wall, move that pipe further out, and get a proper clearance, get a new unit in here that's an upgraded model, EPA approved and high efficiency. So next we're going to go upstairs and look at the second floor where it passes through the house. Let's take a walk upstairs and see what it looks like up there. And this is the wall through which that pipe is passing, right here. So we're going to go around through this door into the master bedroom, and this is where our chimney is passing through. It's a hollow box, and we're likely going to open this wall up right here, cut a nice clean hole, set it aside, and when we're all done we'll put 2 little pieces of 1x4 back there and then put that back on, secure it with a couple screws. Let's get started taking this unit out.
Let's work there on the job. Nice.
All right, so now I'm going to trim off the interior portion of these rivet heads so we can get the ceiling support box to drop down. Let's try pulling that down a little bit. We're going to cut a little more. Excellent. So up here we are going to cut a hole about high enough for a guy to reach inside and get some shoulders in there. We'll get started. Okay, so now we're inside and we're going to take a close-up at the ceiling support box and look. We've got some nails up here that will need to be pulled in order to remove the ceiling support box in its entirety so we can reframe the opening to the new ceiling support box size. Excellent. So next we are going to be cutting our 2x4s and securing them in place with 2 screws on each side, and then that will hold the support for the ceiling support box. Excellent. So we have now framed in the basis of the box of where there's curves up on this side and a curve on that side to accommodate our proper clearance to combustibles for this particular chimney pipe. In this case, Simpson Duratech requires a 3-inch clearance down into the room. We're going to mark that. Doesn't have to be straight. We're going to pull it down. That's the bottom of our 2x4. So now we simply measure up 1/2 the dimension of the 3.5-inch side, so roughly 1.5 inches up, and we'll drill 2 screws here, or 2 holes there right now, 2 holes here, and so forth on all the sides. Then we'll put the box back up in. Up goes the box. We're good to go. This ceiling support box has now been installed. It's secured, and we're going to work on the chimney later. But this elbow will go up in here, fits in there. This is the Simpson DVL product, and you got to figure out how to get it to come out the corner at a true 45. So you can use like a speed square, a framer's speed square, and line it up, or you can just visually stand back and turn the stove and turn the elbow until you like it. Stoves will require the presence of a stovetop adapter. A stovetop adapter is a transitional piece which goes from the flue collar to the connector pipe of choice. And this will just nicely go down and rest right there and transition to our pipe. So we're going to go ahead and set the stove, work on our connector pipe and elbow system, and basically the stove will be set down here, and then we transition up and work on the chimney.
There you go.
So now we're upstairs in the master bedroom, and we're going to watch the chimney pipe be lowered down from above to mate up to this guy. On the left side, you can see the wood siding that we applied, the new material to keep that insulation back. Observe our clearance to combustibles and force a good job to be done here. And here it comes.
All right, that's the end of it.
That's got it. Let it go.
All right.
And that pipe is now connected, and we're good to go. And we just line them up, push it down, and this product will twist lock to the right when it's truly lined up. And there it is. All right, so today we've completed the installation of the Quadrifire Discovery 2. There was an existing stove here which we removed and replaced with this one. When we were up into the hidden roof and attic area, right up above here, about 2 feet up in a hidden area, we found the plastic outer barrier of the original home that's holding back the insulation melted, and it was actually stuck to the pipe, and we pried it off. So we kept this as a little memento until the end of the job so we could kind of verify, yes, it was an old stove, and yes, there were challenges up in there, so we all feel better about that. We actually removed it and replaced it with plywood, as you saw in the photos. Okay, well, Mr. Russell, we're going to go over the stove operation. There's 2 air controls, one on the right and then one up here. This is your main adjuster, and when you go up to the top, it'll give you more air. Your startup air, you pull it forward and run it to the back, and it starts a ticking sound. Very quiet, and it's an air shutter that opens and gives it extra combustion air for 20 minutes during startup. It takes about 5 minutes to 15 minutes to establish draft, and we're going to try and get that going today. And what we're looking for is about 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit, at least 1,200 down here in this firebox, and we will be completely burning the byproducts of combustion. What I like about this stove, in particular this model, is that you don't have to bend over as far to load wood, and decoratively you can store wood down there, and it will have just a nice place to store it just out of the way. And if I could put a stove in my house, I would probably put this one in because it's up so high. On the sides of the stove, you can change out what it looks like. So you can literally change the way the stove looks in about 7 minutes. And the way it works is you use these 2 panels. You can slide 3 12 by 12 tiles from Home Depot. Any kind of tile that you're interested in. You could do red and green at Christmas. You could do, green in the summer, any color you want to tie in, and literally change both sides of the stove to fit your decor.